and following through with that. We thank you again for your participation and your contributions and your time, and we look forward to seeing you next year in person.
Hello, I'm Lynn Jackson, the Administrator and Chief Operating Officer at Northside Hospital for Sight. Welcome to Tennis Against Breast Cancer Game Not Over. As many of you know, Tennis Against Breast Cancer is our annual fundraising event to benefit the Northside Hospital breast care programs and support, among other things, mammogram services to women in need. Because breast cancer never takes a holiday and continues despite the current pandemic, this year's event will be just as important as ever from a fundraising perspective, and in true 2020 style, this year it's all virtual. Thank you for helping us by getting your teams established, setting your fundraising goals, and asking your friends to donate. We'll miss seeing all of you in person this year, but we're delighted to have you as a part of our partnership in positively impacting the lives of Northside Hospital's breast cancer patients and their families. Please remember that early detection is the key to getting treatment that significantly reduces the rate of death from breast cancer. So please get your mammograms and encourage other women to get theirs. Thank you so much for being a part of Northside Hospital, Georgia's leader in women's cancer care. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Christina Bowen. I work with Georgia Cancer Specialists. We're affiliated with the Northside Hospital Cancer Institute. Welcome to the 2020 annual virtual Tennis Against Breast Cancer. I'm happy to be here today and to answer some questions. The majority of patients who've had breast cancer, the majority of women who've been diagnosed with breast cancer in the past are not immunocompromised and are not at increased risk for infection, including infection with the coronavirus. Patients who are on endocrine medicines like tamoxifen or aromatase inhibitors, which are commonly prescribed for a number of years after initial diagnosis and
Great. Thank you so much. We will see which Northside campus wins it all in the end. Now stay tuned because we have so much in store for you this afternoon. We have Best in the TABC Awards, a field trip to our mammogram van, and the one that you see every year on the invitations. It's really awesome. A live Q&A with our very own Northside Radiology Associates breast radiologist, Dr. Lynn Baxter. So get your questions ready. Tennis stretching techniques and exercise demonstration, and a very special moment with our survivors. That is absolutely my favorite part every single year. Now, the raffles will be going on live throughout the entire show. You don't want to miss it. Also, this is very, very cool. Take time to test drive any local participating Atlanta Cadillac dealership from November 1st through November 30th. And not only will Cadillac make a $25 donation in your name to the Northside Hospital Foundation, but you will also get a $25 gift card as a thank you for supporting this wonderful cause. Now, it is time for some raffles. So get ready. The first 5 raffles right now. Let's go. Okay, drum roll, please. Let's see if we can do this. Drum roll. All right, the first raffle for this beautiful wine and chocolate themed gift basket donated by Congratulations. All right, the second raffle is a Starbucks and Naked gift basket donated by Hearing the Light Out of Cancer. That goes to, let's see, it's Terry Padcock. Congratulations. Now, there's a quote by Pat Summitt that reads, "Winning is fun, sure, but winning is not the point. Wanting to win is the point. Not giving up is the point. Never letting up is the point. Never being satisfied with what you've done is the point." Don't you just love that quote? It reminds me of our amazing survivors, the fight and the strength they have to encounter every single day to win. Okay, now let's get back to those raffles. The winner for the third raffle, Bubbles and Booze for the Boobies Basket, donated by Breast Friends Gwinnett Medical Center Foundation, is Yovan Patrick. Now, as we prepare to announce the next 2 raffle winners, for now, I'd like to say that the Northside Hospital family, we thank you so much. Okay, the 4th raffle, Dine in Style at the Atlanta Athletic Club. It's donated by the Atlanta Athletic Club. You ready for this one? Who won this one? That would be Barb Scott. Congratulations. Okay, the last one and the fifth final raffle, for right now that is, COVID-19 cleaning supplies basket. Come on, we all need that. This goes to Cynthia Maxwell. So congratulations. Now this is only the beginning, so stay tuned because we have more raffles and special announcements throughout this whole entire thing. Okay, now I would like to introduce the presenting sponsor for this year's TABC, the Director of Marketing and Business Development for Northside Radiology Associates, and one of my great friends, Diane Keene.
Hi, Northside Radiology Associates has sponsored Tennis Against Breast Cancer since it started here at Northside. It has been a source of pride and exhaustion year after year. We are proud to continue to be a part of the Northside Foundation family and to continue to sponsor this incredible event. This year, we've all been saying things like, before COVID, we did this, or we did that, or we did it this way, and we optimistically say, after COVID, we will, whatever that thing may be. So before COVID, we all got together every Friday in October and we celebrated our friends and loved ones who have been impacted by breast cancer. Every Friday we played tennis, we gathered to socialize and sit really close together in a really crowded room, and we learned about new mammography technology and we were reminded to get our mammograms, we celebrated our survivors, and we honored those we have lost. We laughed and we cried and we all came together to do our part to support this important cause. So here we are during COVID, and it looks and feels a lot different this year. We aren't together in the same room, we aren't looking across the table at our friends, or the empty seat of the friend who's sneaking back to the bar for another mimosa, or running over to put another ticket in her favorite raffle item. We aren't this close together right now because this year, in addition to trying to do our part to fight breast cancer, we are all doing our part to protect our loved ones and ourselves from COVID. But this year, even with COVID looming large in everyone's lives, here's what we still are doing. We are still here together, just in a different way. We are still raising money to help fund very needed mammograms for uninsured and underinsured women in our community. We are still learning about the importance of early detection of breast cancer through mammography. We are still here debunking myths that can get in the way of true and necessary medical care. And we still get a cool shirt, a pink mask, and the chance for really great raffle prizes. We still get to virtually hang out with our friend Heather, and we are still reminding you to get your mammograms. Early detection really is key to saving lives. Who knows how this will look next October? We all hope and pray that our world will be a little safer, that we will have learned a little more about how to navigate this new normal, and we can get back to doing things the way we want to. There's just so much we don't know, but what we do know is this. We still need your help in raising money to fund these mammograms. We still need your support in this amazing community of friends and family and colleagues who can help share the message that mammograms really do save lives. For those of you new to us this year, and for those of you who have been part of the TABC event year after year, thank you for being with us during this crazy year when we've needed you more than ever.
Diane, thank you so much. Yes, 2020, man, can it get crazier? Actually, I don't want to ask that question because the answer is probably yes. Now, ladies, as we all know, it is so important for us to get mammogram screenings. Now, to schedule a regular mammogram, get your pens ready. Please call 404-851-6577. Now to serve you, Northside has 28 imaging centers located throughout Atlanta that provide mammogram screenings. That's pretty amazing. We are lucky to live in a place like Atlanta. But for women without insurance or who may not be able to afford the screen, Northside has a specially equipped van that offers free or reduced fee screening mammograms at various locations throughout Georgia communities. And to find out if you're eligible for one of these screenings, please call 770-667-4400. Again, 770-667-4400. And please write these numbers down for your friends too. Now, our Screening Atlanta mobile mammography van visits more than 20 different sites throughout the metro Atlanta area on a monthly basis. And if you've never seen the mobile mammography van, well, we are going to have a little tour today by the director of Northside Hospital Foundation, Frida Hardage. Now let's cut to Frida for a behind the scenes tour.
Hi guys, I want to go show you our new Screen Atlanta mammography van. Follow me. This is our digital screening and mammography van. Let's go inside and look around. So now we're inside the van here at the Screen Atlanta mammography. I'm going to take my mask off, but if you were a patient here, we'd leave our mask on. For safety purposes, we want to make sure you feel very safe in this clean environment. You would be registered right here, only patient in the van, one at a time. Once we complete your paperwork and your registration, we move back towards the waiting area, and you can get actually dressed in this room right here and come into the mammography area for your procedure and your mammogram. Once you're finished, you can also get redressed, and you'll exit through this door right here, so never coming in contact with any other patients.
Frida, thank you so much. That van is completely awesome. And honestly, we have absolutely no reason not to be screened, right? Okay, are you guys ready for the best of the TABC awards? Because I am. Year after year, our TABC tennis teams do not only come to play, but they come to create and have a lot of fun too. We have the most cool names and tennis attire you could think of. And this year, we want to acknowledge the greatness this event has, because usually we get to see it in person and say, wow, where'd you get that? But this time we have to do it this way. Our first two categories of the day are Best Dressed Individual and Best Team Creative Wear. Now, the winner for the 2020 virtual TABC Best Dressed Individual, who does it go to? All right, Dablo Hunter. How cute are you? I love it. I love it. Okay. And the second category for Best Team Creative Wear goes to Cancer Crusaders. Congratulations, ladies. You guys look so chic and adorable. All right. You go, ladies. Next, we have coming up is a Q&A from Northside Radiology Associates leading breast physician, Dr. Lynn Baxter. And she's been with us for years, and she's so wonderful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to submit them in your comment section, as we have representatives standing by to pick one of your questions.
As a national leader in the fight against breast cancer, our very own Director of Breast Imaging, Dr. Lynn Baxter, is nothing short of amazing. Many of you may know her from throughout your years at Tennis Against Breast Cancer, or perhaps she helped you with your mammogram or biopsy. Having over 30 years of experience, she has been instrumental in the tremendous growth of Northside's breast care program. She is passionate about educating both referring physicians and patients about the importance of early detection. And she's one of my favorite people in the world. Please welcome Dr. Lynn Baxter.
Thank you so much, Diane, and thank you to all of you for being here, because, as Diane mentioned, it's more important this year than ever to have breast cancer awareness. Because even though COVID is probably the #1 health concern on our minds, breast cancer hasn't gone away. And unfortunately, it's predicted that thousands of women will have delays in diagnosis, and some will even die from breast cancers because they didn't have their screening this year. So we have made things safe at all of our Northside facilities for you to come back. So please come and get your screenings, encourage your friends to do it, and mammograms and masks save lives.
Thank you, Dr. Baxter. We're already getting some questions for you. They've been coming in throughout our broadcast today. So here's one that we actually have had this question before. So someone says that they've seen an ad on Instagram for breast ultrasound, and can they just have that instead of a mammogram?
Right, and I understand why people might think that's a good idea, but unfortunately it's not. Ultrasound is something that's useful if we're trying to look at a specific area where we feel something or see something on the mammogram, but for screening, mammogram is the only test that's been proven to save lives for breast cancer.
So, no screening ultrasound.
Mammograms every year. And if you need something in addition to a mammogram, MRI has been shown to be useful for those folks who may be a little bit higher risk, who need something in addition to the mammogram to get screening.
So how would a patient know if they're high risk? What are some ways that we know that?
Oh, that's a good question too. And that's something you can talk with your doctor about. There are some risk models that you can use online. There's one at the National Cancer Institute site. There is one at a site called IBIS, IBIS, that is very comprehensive in terms of family history. And if your risk is increased, if it's above 15 or 20% lifetime risk of ever getting breast cancer, you might want to consider having an MRI in addition to a mammogram for yearly checkups. So definitely talk with your doctor about that.
And Northside has a genetics program too that can help with that, right?
Absolutely, that's right. And if you have a lot of people in your family who have had breast cancer or who have had breast cancer at a young age, definitely Northside, you can go to our website. We have genetic counselors who can talk to you about your risk and whether it's appropriate to get tested for a gene that might really increase your risk of breast cancer.
Good to know, good to know. And then another question too, you mentioned some people having a breast MRI, and I've heard one of the questions came in about dense breast, and does that increase your risk? So I think maybe an MRI might be applicable there. Is that?
That's a good question too. And yes, that's something we hear a lot about now, because in Georgia, we now, when we send you your letters telling you your mammogram results, also put in a little sentence there about density. Are your breasts dense? This is important because dense breasts can increase a little bit your risk of breast cancer and can also sometimes hide things on a mammogram, making it harder for us to see things. So if you do have dense breasts, if you get that little note in your results letter, talk with your doctor about that, because sometimes it is important to have an additional type of check in addition to a mammogram, particularly if you have other risk factors.
And I think Northside actually offers a fast version of that breast MRI at a very reduced rate. So it's definitely something to talk to your physician about.
Absolutely.
Here's a question that another one that we've heard before that I think Dr. Baxter will have a good answer for. So someone has a healthy lifestyle, and they said they believe in a healthy, holistic lifestyle, and they would rather have like heat-sensitive thermography instead of exposing their body to radiation.
Right.
So that's a better choice for my health, right? This is the question coming in.
And, right, and no, and again, that's something that we'd like for that to be true, but unfortunately it's not. Mammograms, while they do use x-rays, it's an incredibly low dose of radiation, considered very safe. It's less than if you took a plane flight across the country. And mammograms have been shown over and over and over again to save lives, making that worth it. Thermograms, unfortunately, are falsely marketed to people as a holistic alternative to mammography, but unfortunately they just don't work. They don't find cancers. If you have one and it's normal, it doesn't mean you don't have a cancer, and it's not legal to do that and not tell a patient they have to have a mammogram instead. So basically you're paying for a thermogram, not getting any useful information, and they are required to tell you you have to get a mammogram anyway. So the better choice is just to have the mammogram, which really could potentially save your life.
So bottom line, all these questions, it seems like the answer always comes back to what we know is true, and that is mammograms do save lives, and it is the absolute best
Oh, absolutely,
choice.
it is. And the other thing that I should point out is that at Northside, and this is brand new this year, we have at all of our facilities high definition 3D mammography available to everybody, which is the state-of-the-art mammogram. We're seeing things, we're finding more cancers with it, we're reducing the number of people who have to come back for additional tests. It's the absolute best mammogram out there, and we have it. We were the first in Atlanta to have it at every one of our facilities in our large hospital system.
I had one a couple of weeks ago, and the paddles are curved too, so actually the compression is a little more comfortable. So
that is true. I'm hearing that from patients as well. So that
ladies,
also helps.
Get your mammograms scheduled. If you haven't done so already, get them scheduled. In case you've forgotten the number at Northside, it's 404-851-6577. Thank you, Dr. Baxter.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, Diane, thank you so much. Dr. Baxter, I really also like how you said that younger people, if you have a history, go in earlier to get checked out. I had a mammogram and I'm not 40 yet. It wasn't a big deal. And it's that extra step to take care of yourself. So thank you so much, ladies, for that wonderful, very important information. Well, now I would like to introduce you to two of Northside's premier orthopedic surgeons, our Chief of Sports Medicine, Dr. Vonda Wright, and Dr. Stephanie Sue, who took a few minutes out of their very busy surgery schedules to give you a few fun tennis tips.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Vonda Wright from Northside Sports Medicine, and we're here with you again for Tennis Against Breast Cancer, but the virtual edition. I am here again with my colleague, the amazing Dr. Stephanie Sue. And we have so much to talk to you about today because the game is not over.
So this year, since we're doing virtual, we're going to do a little bit different. I think Dr. Wright and I are going to talk a little bit about injury prevention. I know we've all been a little bit different during COVID. They locked up a bunch of our courts and we couldn't get out there and play. So
we're baking sourdough instead.
Yep, making
right.
bread and eating instead.
Yes, that's
so
right.
We're going to talk a little bit about the injuries we've been seeing as everybody's getting back on the court and back out there, and ways to prevent it and some ideas of how to get back in there. Tennis is a great socially distanced sport. It really helps keep our health up, keeps us moving, gets us outside for some good vitamin D and sun. Good for your bones, and we love that as orthopedists.
It's aerobic, it's muscle, social.
Yep, and you know, it's great because now you can be a little bit careful with COVID and you can still play. So,
what are we doing?
Yep, so first of all, I would say for injury prevention for us, for tennis, a lot of people have been walking and running a lot, as that's all we could do. The gyms were closed, a lot of people didn't have home gyms, you couldn't play a lot of sports. So a lot of people were doing a lot of inline stuff, so walking, running, just doing a lot of repetitive activity. So a lot of times that'll give you tight calves, tight hips, and plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, which is horrible when you go out here and play tennis, which is a very sport where you got to go every direction and move laterally. So a couple things that we think that would help being injury prevention wise in that sense is not only to do walking and running, but also work on some lateral movement. As the seasons are starting again and all the leagues are starting up, it's good to get a little cross training in. So laterally, you can, instead of just walking all the time, you can throw in a little, like some back and forth, either to warm up, or even if you go on your walk after dinner, you can do a little lateral movement. So easy to do, like kind of lateral movement coming across. I can go to like here, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, a lot of times you want to bend down, have some good form in the back, and then just do some lateral shuffles. And so you want to stay like you're sitting and go across, and then come back with it, right? Just like you're on the court, like the net, moving back and forth. Another thing to do is some hip crossovers, which is very easy. So you can do it two ways. So you can come across, back and forth, and then you're gonna do
It's like karaoke.
just like
It's
a little
like
back and forth
basketball
here.
court.
Yep. And then you can do some easy hip openers, which is just coming up and
I
over
love
like
these.
you were stepping over a step.
I love
right?
these.
This way.
You can do it with your partner
Yep.
if you have to hold some
Yep,
balance.
you need that. So these are awesome
Yep.
ways to get some lateral movement, activate some other muscles, and help you get warmed up for playing or after a walk. The other thing that we've both seen a lot in the office is now everybody's coming in with a lot of tendonitis in their elbows, which is obviously a big problem for just a regular tennis elbow. And people are getting what's called golfer's elbow, even though you're not playing golf. So with these home exercises, people are doing a lot of planks, a lot of push-ups, a lot of body weight stuff. So you have to use this a lot for stabilization. So for instance, I will show you the bad thing to do.
I'll show you the good plank.
And she'll show you the good
bad
plank. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're seeing a lot of people doing, obviously a correct plank like this, but they're using a lot of motion just to like stabilize, right? Because you're using a lot of back and forth, you're doing push-ups, doing all this stuff, and you're using a lot of this. And one way for tennis players to avoid that is to do forearm planks.
And your shoulders are over your elbows, not forward,
Yep.
not back. Your shoulders are fragile.
Yep, straight back. You want to keep your shoulder blades straight. And you can do your planks this way. You can do your side planks like this, right? Instead of coming up like this. So if you come up like this, you have to grip the ground. You've got to use your arm. You've got to use this. So I think we're seeing an increase in tennis elbow and that reason a lot over here because people are doing that. So a way to do that is
That's also
avoid.
great for your game.
Yeah,
I mean, I
good for your
like
core.
my athletes to be able to plank for 2 minutes on the front, 2 minutes on the side. And if you even have to start 15 seconds at a time, a few seconds a day and you're gonna get there. in a few months. I mean, we have 90 days left in this year.
Yep.
You could be at 2 minutes in your plank in 90
Yeah.
days.
And
Yep.
honestly, core is one of the main things for tennis anyways.
Yep.
Because you're using it for all your ground strokes, your volleys, and a ton on your serve.
It's
So
the
your
power,
core back,
right?
Yep, the core in the back is big. You know, obviously we want to get you out there, we want to get you moving, and obviously with breast cancer, that's a big deal. So staying healthy, getting your hormone levels good with keeping your weight down, keeping the balance. It really helps with your overall health and also your overall mental well-being, I think.
Well, and you know,
Big
in
time.
times like these COVID times, what I've found is that we need more physical and mental resilience than we've ever needed before. And we know there's huge research out, and actually, the New York Times has a series this month about building resilience. And the article that was out just last week by Gretchen Reynolds talks all about how physical exercise releases a chemical that helps our brain build resilience. It's a reason to get out, and plus it makes us feel normal,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, and there's a great, there's a little study that just came out, like out of one of the Harvard studies, talking about your metabolic activity and which activities are great for it. So walking or doing something very steady does one thing for your metabolic efforts that you push forward to your body, is using oxygen and using nutrition and getting its metabolic rate up. But something like tennis,
Yes.
or ping pong or something like that, where you're doing little spurts of high interval activity or HIIT
Yes.
activity, increases your heart rate, increases your body's intake of oxygen, getting that nutrition through. And tennis is it actually puts tennis down in one of the best sports for your overall body conditioning. And we've already known that you get a lot of different movement, a lot of different exercise, lots of interval spurts.
Yep.
And that's awesome. So you can, if you're trying to get up your stamina, you can do your regular walk, and at the end, add some intervals in. Up your pace for a little bit, and then take it down and rest for a bit, and do little different.
I like to use
spurts.
3-2. So warm up for 5 minutes and then go 3 minutes as hard as you can, whether that's walking, jogging, maybe you hit harder on the tennis court for 3 minutes, and then you totally back off and recover for 2 minutes. And then you just do 5-minute cycles like that. And that's an easy way to build up and not get hurt. Because, you know, honestly, Dr. Shu, I love to see these women out and about socially, but I'd prefer to see you socially and not have to see you in my office. So, I mean, I think all these things will help keep you that way.
And we were all out of practice during COVID because a lot of us couldn't play or anything. So going back out there and going back out for 2 or 3 hours a day is tough.
That's a lot.
You got to kind of work your way back into it so you don't get hurt and have to be sidelined again.
Although I don't know if you guys know this, but Dr. Shu is a champion tennis player in this city. So don't let her fool you. Yes, she's too modest. But well, as we're wrapping up, and I mean, I'm so sorry that this is virtual this year, but it's actually kind of fun. And we hope that we see you out on the tennis courts all over the Atlanta Metroplex. And I just want to leave you with a word that I've been using a lot lately. It's kind of Tennessee, right? You forehand, backhand. Yeah. So I've been talking to people in my office and around about living ambidextrously, which basically what it means is we are done hunkering down. We are not going to hunker down. We have learned to protect ourselves. So we're going to put one hand on those things we loved in 2019, like great tennis. But we're going to pivot, just like you do in tennis, right? Pivot to fully face 2021, because we're going to have better times then, and we're not going to hunker down anymore. So we're living ambidextrously, just like you do in tennis, forehand, backhand. So,
Yep.
thanks for joining us.
We'll see you guys next year, hopefully in person.
Yep. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wright and Dr. Shu. Mental note, if I see Dr. Shu on the other side of the court, be prepared. Although I play line 4 and 5, so I doubt I would be even playing with her. Anyways, it is time for some more raffle winners. Are you guys excited? I think so. This is the good stuff. Okay, this raffle, let's see if we can get a drum roll, please. Maybe? Do you guys hear it? All right, this raffle is for the spa day gift basket, and that will go to April Dorvault. Congratulations. Now the Kendra Scott jewelry set donated by Kendra Scott. That's going to go to, get ready, Patty Wynn. Congratulations. Now, the Piper Lily's Scout Bag gift bag, donated by Piper Lily's Gift Shop, is going to Whitney Appenfelder. The Dog's Favorite Thing gift bag, donated by Cancer Crusaders, goes to Lindsay Medwed. Your Serve Tennis Shop's free raffle, donated by Your Serve Tennis, goes to Rhonda Beck. The next raffle winner for the Pink Explosion wine basket, I'll go ahead and take that if no one picks it up, is donated by the Love goes to Shauna Trainer. Congratulations. Now we have a lot more raffle winners, so definitely stay tuned. Now, at this time, we would like to recognize this afternoon's sponsors and participants, without whom we wouldn't be able to enjoy this incredible afternoon of celebration and fundraising to benefit the Northside Hospital Breast Care Fund. On behalf of Northside, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Our title sponsor, Northside Radiology Associates. Virtual event sponsor, Medical Management Associates. Cadillac, Northside Hospital Atlanta's Auxiliary. Baxter Holstedler, Batson Cook Construction, and Hollis Cobb. Our marketplace vendor sponsors, Your Serve Tennis, Taylor Brooks Salon, Lilies, Pickleball Athletes, Game Day Girl, Cute Tennis Stuff, Kendra Scott, Scout and Cellar, and Sarah Campbell. Tennis pros from Polo Golf and Country Club, Windward Lake Club, and Atlanta Athletic Club. Our physicians and specialists for participating in our weekly newsletter, Dr. Karen Buhariwala, Dr. Lisa Bennett, Dr. Kristen Bowen, Dr. Lynn Baxter, Nikisha Watley-Leon, Kristen Tutulowski, and the Northside Hospital Foundation staff. Last but not least, our breast cancer survivor spotlights. There's this quote, and it says, "A strong woman looks a challenge dead in the eye and gives it a wink." That quote represents these ladies impeccably. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us by using your clapping emoji, acknowledging our survivors. Julie Brune, Kathy Alberg, Alicia Gibbs, Vicki Atkinson, Jennifer Gibson, Kelly Statham, Gardenia Thurman, Karen Castillo, Jennifer Stippick, Mona Fletcher, and Sonia Ray. Now I'd like to bring up another very special speaker, Northside Survivorship Coordinator Kimberly Duncan, who is live at the Foundation's office. She's responsible for the coordination and oversight of the network of HOPE and women-to-women programs, and the expansion of the support services for cancer support community. She works with survivors and their families to help provide resources and opportunities to network with other survivors, which is so important. Kimberly?
Hi everyone, let's make a lot of noise for our survivors by sharing a celebration emoji in your chat. Did you know that there are more than 3.5 million breast cancer survivors in the United States? I think that deserves a high five emoji. We are here during National Breast Cancer Awareness Month to honor all of those who have lost their lives to breast cancer. And we celebrate the courageous survivors who are here still fighting and thriving. Please know that Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is doing essential and necessary work to build a future free of cancer in all of its forms. Now on to my favorite part is the survivor recognition and giveaways. For all the breast cancer survivors joining us live today, let's take a moment to recognize you by having you share a purple heart emoji. Thank you for sharing. We see you and know that you are an inspiration to us all. Just because we love our survivors, we did a special raffle just for you. We have 5 winners with this cute chevron bag that is filled with Northside Hospital swag and some Kendra Scott jewelry. And the winners for this are Felicia Mahone, Lynn Suduff, Barbara Gent, Gretchen Sumner, and Bo Ning. To our survivors, again, we thank you and we appreciate you fighting.
Hey Kim, put your mask on. I'm coming to join you. So we actually have more prizes for the survivors.
Oh, good.
So Millie Marquez at Brows by Millie started doing her microblading eyebrow service when her mom had cancer, and she wanted to give something back to the community and to Northside. And the stylist at Brows by Millie have donated 5 microblading services to our survivors. So we've picked 5 more survivor winners randomly. But if you don't want this service, that's fine. Let us know, because there are other survivors who may want it. So yeah, you can get your eyebrows done, which is a great service. Very sweet of them to do it. Thank you, Brows by Millie, for doing this. You want to announce the winners?
Sure. So the winners are Erin Hinman, Vicki Atkinson, Kelly Statham, Gardenia Thurman, and Alicia Gibbs.
Awesome. By the way, thank you to our sponsor, the Neon Company, for our Game On sign, because they knew that the game is not over.
Thank you so much, ladies. And the microblading is amazing. My mom did it, and it looks so natural, and she absolutely loved it. We're all so fortunate to have so many teams joining us today and all throughout our events in October. And to all of the team captains, thank you so much for working so hard to promote our event and recruit players, because we know that takes a lot of time and effort. When your team is called, please give us a pink heart emoji in the comments, kind of like a clap virtually, you know. Because I have breast, biggins, bosom buddies, breast friends, Cancer Crusaders, For the Love, GC Smash Gals, GC Smash Sisters, Harrison Divas 2, Hearts for a Cure, Jajas, Jefferson Township Alley Cats, Milglen Breast Friends, Northside Rockettes, OAC Smokin' Aces, Pink Love 2020, Polo Peaches, Providence Oaks Peaches, River Falls, Scaring the Life Out of Breast Cancer, We Scare Because We Care, Serve Aces, Staying Alive, Tatas and Tutus, Tears to a Smile Against Cancer, The Booby Bunch, that's good, Totally Tennis, Windermere Wonder Woman, Windward Strong. You guys, those are some of the best and most creative names. Now, this brings us to the last 2 categories for the Tennis Against Breast Cancer Award. For the best team name, the winner is Tatas in Tutus. Congratulations. Okay, I see tennis, pickleball, and fundraising were not the only competitions here, which brings us to our last category for the best of the TABC Awards, the best team 1-minute video. The winner is Scaring the Life Out of Breast Cancer. We scare because we care. I love that. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for those who have participated. We really could not thank you enough. And thank you and congratulations to the best of the TABC Awards. Now, you who answered the call in the Friends Asking Friends campaign. Can everyone who raised money for Tennis Against Breast Cancer please send a pink heart in your chat box? Thanks to you, we have raised, get this, over $44,000. Now, I heard that there was a little competition between locations, so wait no more. The results are in, and for the category of top campus, raising over $23,602, that goes to Northside Hospital, Atlanta. Congratulations. Next, we have the top individual per campus. For the Atlanta campus, the top fundraising individual is Amanda Kogan. For Cherokee, we have Sharon Breedlove. Forsyth's top fundraising individual is Chase O'Connor. Congratulations, y'all. This is amazing. And last but not least, Gwinnett's top fundraising individual is Susan Foster. Thank you, ladies, so much for your dedication and commitment this year. Our overall top fundraising individual and top team, yes, you guessed it, Amanda Kogan and the Booby Bunch with over $10,000 raise. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. So before we begin, I will announce the next raffle winners, and the remaining winners will be posted on your screen. So if you happen to miss or not see the name, each winner will be contacted by one of the representatives at the Northside Hospital Foundation. So make sure you tell your friends if they don't happen to see their name too. All right, drum roll please, if this will work. You know it's live. So you never know. Okay, the winner for this beautiful quarantine survival kit basket donated by Serve Aces tennis team, that will go to Aaron Bennett. Congratulations. The Wine Lovers Workout Raffle donated by Pink Love 2020. That goes to, all right, let's see if I can pronounce this name, Jenna Bernruder. Congratulations. And the winner for the Halloween Booze Gift Basket Raffle donated by Terry Willits, Keller Williams, and Polo Peaches goes to Christina Abunasser. Does that sound right? The winner of this Spring Flowers Starbucks gift basket donated by Northside Hospital Auxiliary goes to Danielle Etzbach. The next raffle for this Taylor Brooks Hair Salon basket donated by Taylor Brooks Hair Salon goes to Kathleen Littleton. And on your screen, you will see all the names of the remaining raffle winners. And just a reminder that if you missed your name, each winner will be contacted by one of the representatives from the Northside Hospital Foundation. Of course, remember to take a drive at any local participating Atlanta Cadillac dealership from November 1st through November 30th, and Cadillac will make a $25 donation in your name to the Northside Hospital Foundation, and you will also receive a $25 gift card. All you got to do is test drive a car. Sounds pretty awesome. Well, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, physicians and staff, marketplace partners, teams, and supporters for helping us today. And of course, our survivors. This is why we do this. I hope you've enjoyed this virtual Tennis Against Breast Cancer. Hopefully we will be back in person next year. Game not over. Let's remember that. We hope to see you back in person next year. And I want to leave you with a quote to reflect on. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. And with that, we want to let you know that our fundraising site will remain open until November 4th. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone out there, thank you so much for coming. Hope to see you next year in person.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move. You're broken down.